for the serious gamer.
What is up, Next Gen Tactics? geirbiscohn here with some more Halo Reach for you. One interesting thing, I guess, actually, is it interesting? I don't know if it's interesting. One cool thing about this particular video, if you go over to my YouTube channel, which is links provided in the description and at the end of the video, you'll see this exact same gameplay footage, but you'll see it in theater mode. Actually, I think I'm watching it in theater mode right now, or recording it in theater mode. But you'll see it in theater mode, and you'll see some cool views from it. You'll see it from third-person perspective for part of the game. You'll see it from some different various angles. You'll see some of the kills I get, and some of the deaths that I get from different angles, using some pauses and whatnot. It's pretty cool. It's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video was the theater mode of Reach here. And I guess, I mean, like I've said before, I'm new to Halo. I wasn't really a big fan of Halo 3. Halo 2 was okay. I played the single player. Halo 1 I loved. Single player was great. I can't tell you how many times I'd get, 8 or more guys together with a couple Xboxes and have, a LAN party with Halo 1. It was so much fun. But so here is Reach, and Halo 3, I never, like I said, I didn't use Halo 3, I didn't play it very much. I didn't use theater mode in it. So this is my first real experience with theater mode. And so it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy rewatching games. I think it's awesome that you can watch them from any player's perspective. Actually, I've kind of got a couple ideas for theater mode. What I can do is, I really want to, what I want to do, rewatch the game from each player on my team's perspective. What a great spawn, by the way. That spawn was awful. And I think it'd be really cool to record the game from each player's perspective, since it is a 4v4, and make a quad perspective video. I wouldn't do any other commentaries except for my own, but it would be a quad perspective, just so you can see the teamwork that we were using, and that kind of what the teamwork that, how teamwork can really be a huge help in Halo. How Halo is much more of a team game than most people think. Certainly a much more of a team game. And when I say much more of a team game, I mean your team will perform so much better, get a lot more kills, have each other's back, probably win if you're using the same level of teamwork that you would in a game like SOCOM or MAG. Versus Call of Duty at this point, you don't really need to use teamwork to do well in it. But so I'm playing here. I'm playing SWAT, Team SWAT, which honestly at first I wasn't a huge fan of the game mode. I think it's just contributed to the fact that I am still getting used to the Halo mechanics in general. So throw in a totally, take everything you know about Halo as far as the shields go, the way those work, the grenades, the meleeing, just the whole gameplay mechanics. Throw all that out the window. Factor in headshots as one-hit kills every time, and you've got Team SWAT. There's no shield, there's no grenades. You try not to get close enough to your enemy to melee them, because you try to hang back and just pick them off with headshots is really all it is. And it's actually a lot of fun, because it's just so... It's basically like, if you think of hardcore mode in other games, in my mind that's kind of what it is, because there's no shields, so you have your health, and in Halo we all know your health is not much. Like, you can't take all that many hits with just your health and survive. And of course headshots, you're done if you get hit with a headshot, like you'll see me do, and you'll see it happen to me. So it's just, at first, I was getting used to the game, getting used to the whole mechanics of the game and the mode, and I was just hands down terrible. Like, I would spawn and get headshotted, spawn, get headshotted, spawn, get headshotted, spawn, get headshotted. And also, not to mention, this map, I played on this map a couple other times before, and that's another one of my biggest issues with Halo. I say that in almost every video I do, one of my biggest issues. But some of these maps are just huge for 4v4, which actually I think that kind of promotes the team play and the sticking together with your team, because the current team I'm playing with in this game, we actually played a whole bunch of games together, And we played 2 games on this map. This game was Team SWAT, and then another game that we played was just regular old Team Slayer. And we actually ended up winning both games. We did a lot better. We performed much better than we would have otherwise, by sticking together. You know, it made it so that we were always together. It made it so the enemies were spawning. Well, I can't say that because I don't know the spawn system all that well yet. But it seemed like the enemy team was sticking together. We were sticking together, and it really helped because this map is pretty big. It's a little larger than I would like for a 4v4 game, but you know, what can you do? And it just seemed to work really well when we were sticking together as a team. You know, we'd encounter the enemies in groups, or in a group just like we were in a group, and generally, in Halo, if you encounter a group of enemies, unlike in a game like Call of Duty or MAG or Battlefield, you're probably going to get killed if you encounter a group, just because of the way the game works. It promotes that, you know, it promotes that teamwork. I know we're going through a little bit of a host migration here, but, you know, it promotes that teamwork. The fact that you're pretty much going to get owned if you encounter more than 1 or 2. Well, in some cases you can make it out of a conflict with 2 enemies. In most cases, though, if there's more than 1 enemy, you're probably going to get owned. You know, and if you're a Halo vet and you're amazing at Halo, that could be a different story. But I'm saying for, you know, those of us who are still getting used to the game, those of us who are new, or those of us who just aren't all that good at Halo, it promotes that teamwork. I can't really say that enough. How much in this game the team element, sticking with your team, helping each other out, just makes the game so much more enjoyable. It really makes, in my experience, it really makes every game more enjoyable as far as a multiplayer, you know, team game element goes. If you've got a team of guys who all have mics, who are all communicating and who are covering each other, calling out enemy positions, and just generally working together, the game is so much more fun. You'll perform better. You'll win most likely because chances are the other teams that you face aren't going to be using the same level of teamwork. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, if you jump in a game of MAG or Call of Duty or Halo, even, you know, jump in any game. What you know, based on your own experiences, you can probably imagine or recall or think about how often you encounter players who are all using mics and all using teamwork. It's just rare. And so when you've got a team of 4 guys or more guys, you know, 4 or more guys, all using mics and communicating, you have the advantage. And that's really, I guess, the best advice I can offer to anybody when it comes to any video game, especially if it's a team game. You'll have the advantage if you're working as a team and using communication, wearing your mics, playing together, sticking near each other, covering each other's backs. If you watch this video over again, you might notice that there's a player by the name of Dixie Smash. What Dixie was doing, and the guys I'm playing with, they're actually a couple friends that they were into SOCOM. They are actually on a clan based in SOCOM, and they're not all that great at first-person shooters. Some of them are good. You might recognize some of the names, but you know, for someone who's not the best at a first-person shooter, if you do your job in a team game, such as covering a stairway or watching a flank or you know, whatever it might be, if you do your job as whatever your designated role is in a team game, if you do that job and you communicate with your teammates as to what is going on, you're definitely going to have much more success than the players who are just kind of running around like chickens with their heads cut off. So, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It's Team SWAT. You know the drill. And go subscribe to my channel. And that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Later.